So we're going to find A, and this is the equation that we're starting with. And we are going to look at the graph, and we are going to come up with our general equation with the A, and then we're going to solve for the A. So the first thing we're going to do is figure out where this thing crosses. So it's crossing at x equals 2, and it's crossing at x equals -4. Now, it tells us that it's a quadratic. That means that the degree is 2, and that makes sense because those are where it crosses the x-axis. So we're going to write these in factored form. So it should be x, minus 2 and x plus 4. And after we write our factored form, we got to put the A in the front. But we have to recognize that this quadratic ends down. And if it ends down, that means that A is negative. So we have a negative A. So there's the first part of our writing the equation. So once we have this general form, if they give us a coordinate, and they do, what we're going to do is we're going to substitute in the x and the y, and we're going to solve for A. So everywhere there's an x, we're going to put a 0. And everywhere there's a y, we're going to put a 3. And the only thing that'll be left to solve for is A. So the 3 is the y. The x is 0. The x is 0. And then we just calculate. So 0 minus 2 is -2, and 0 plus 4 is +4, and then we have negative A equals 3. Then you've got -8 times negative A, which is 8. And then you would solve for A by dividing both sides by 8. You got one more step. We solve for A. Now, all you have to do is insert this right here, and then we're done. So our final answer, I'll do it in blue. Our final answer is y equals -3/8, because the negative is there, the 3/8, parenthesis, x minus 2, parenthesis, x plus 4. Done. Now we're going to translate over to this one. It told us this one was a cubic. Cubic has a degree of 3. Let me check and see where it's crossing. It's going to cross at 2, at 1, and at 0. So we've got x equals 0, x equals 1, and x equals 2. There's our cubic. Now, generally when there's x equals 0, we just have an x out in the front. X equals 1 is going to give us x minus 1. X equals 2 is going to give us x minus 2. We've got to put our A out there, and we have to see if A is positive or negative. Now, a cubic has a degree of 3, and its end behavior is pointing up. So if it's up at the end, then A is positive. So leave it positive A. There's our beginning. And we're going to plug these points in. So we've got -1 is the x, and -6 is the y, and we're plugging them in here, and we're going to solve for A. So I've got -6 equals A, x is -1, x is -1, x is -1. This is -2. This is -3. This is -1. And multiplying that all together gives us -6. Divide both sides by -6. A equals -6 divided by -6 is +1. All we have to do is recognize that A is 1. Do I have to write the 1 there? No. But you can if you want to. This is the real equation that goes to this cubit.